Thank you. So yeah, we are aware of reports of looting. We've seen some of that on social media. Our officers have responded to several reports. We have made a few arrests. We have intervened in some of those. We've assisted at least one location that I'm aware of right now in getting a store boarded up. So our officers are out there. We've been able to, throughout the storm, transition our patrol officers to get back more concentrated on their patrol efforts, while we have our search and rescue and recovery teams that are going out and doing the very difficult work of recovering bodies and also doing check the welfare calls. So we have made the transition. We are aware of it. We are dealing with it, and of course, we don't condone it.
I want to add to that, if I may. I just want to add that people who are out looting when people are losing their lives in this harsh winter storm is just absolutely reprehensible. I don't know how these people can even live with themselves, how they can look at themselves in the mirror. They are the lowest of the low. And from some of the pictures that we've seen in social media of these looters, they're not looting foods and medicines. They're just looting items that they want. So these aren't even people in distress. These are people that are taking advantage of a natural disaster and the suffering of many in our community to take what they want from retailers, also potentially putting those services at risk in the communities where they are looting.
Jonathan, you also asked about price gouging. Price gouging is illegal, and we have the Attorney General's office, and our state is prepared to investigate any complaints of price gouging, and those who engage in this disgusting practice at a time when people in our community are hurting, that they are trying so hard to get basic necessities. There's a scarcity because the stores have been closed since Friday. Well, then shame on them, and they're going to meet the law in a way that they probably did not encounter. So we're going to be going after them. I also want to say that the Department of Financial Services is engaging the insurance industry, making sure that we have claims adjusters on the ground to help people who've had damage, whether it's the weight of snow on their roofs, whether it's water damage in places like my building where the pipes burst from being frozen. So we want to make sure that people know that we'll get help to them as soon as possible. And one more mission I wanted to say that's important for everybody to know. People who've been violating our traffic bans may have thought that they could get away with it. They are wrong. There are consequences. You will be ticketed. And part of our National Guard responsibility is going to be standing there at intersections and questioning people. And certainly someone who's a first responder or has a medical emergency or a doctor or nurse getting their jobs, they're clearly welcome on the roads. We want to make sure they get there safely. But anybody else, you are risking getting a ticket in a very embarrassing situation if you are caught. And we're going to be bringing reinforcements to enforce this. Otherwise, we can't get the job done to get the roads back open so everybody else who's following the rules, following the laws, and I'm grateful for all the vast majority of Western New Yorkers who are doing what they're asked to do, even though it's uncomfortable and it's a sacrifice. But we want them to get back to life as normal as soon as possible. And those lawbreakers who are just ignoring our bans right now are standing in the way, and they're going to face the consequences.